Minasan konnichiwa, Simpson desu. Hi everyone, it's Mr. Simpson. I'd like to look at the tet form of verbs. The tet form of verbs is a really important one. When a verb is in its tet form, it doesn't really mean much by itself, but when you add something to a verb in its tet form, it opens up so much useful grammar. So it's really important to know what you can do with a tet form verb, and also we'll look later at how to make a tet form verb. So, in Japanese, every verb has a version of itself called the tet form. This is actually something you have been using since year 7, but perhaps you might not have realized. When a verb is in its tet form, it doesn't really have any meaning in and of itself. It's what you add onto the end of a verb in its tet form that gives it meaning. Let's have a look at some examples that should already be familiar to you. For example, Miss, may I stand up? Sensei, tatte mo ii desu ka? By adding the mo ii desu ka, it becomes may I. The teacher might reply with, Hai, tatte mo ii desu. Dozo, tatte kudasai. Yes, you may stand up. Please stand up. By adding mo ii desu to a tet verb, it means you may do whatever the verb is. And by adding kudasai, it means please do whatever the verb is. And lastly, another classmate comments, oh, Tom is standing. Tomu-kun wa tatte imasu. By adding the imasu, that gives you the ing, the continuous form of the verb. Tatte imasu, standing. As long as a verb is in its te form, it can be manipulated, as in the above examples, by simply attaching little extra bits of language to the end of it. Let's have a look at 2 more ways we can use the te form. For example, Hiroyuki, you are not allowed to eat in the classroom. Hiroyuki-san, 教室で食べてはダメです. By adding wa dame desu, you're expressing you are not allowed to do something. Dame desu is a little bit rough. It's usually parent to child. It's not something that would be super appropriate adult to adult. This second example is the more appropriate one, and this is the more formal one. Sumimasen, densha de nonde wa ikemasen. Excuse me, you're not allowed to drink on the train. By adding wa ikemasen to a tet verb, it's a more formal way of saying that someone isn't allowed to do something. So, in summary, there are 6 ways I'd like you to use the tet form of verbs. Add kudasai, and it means please do something. Add mo ii desu, and it means you may do something. Add mo ii desu ka, and it means may I do something. Add imasu, and it's ing. Add wa dame desu, and it means you must not do something. That's the more informal way of saying it, though. The more formal way is by adding wa ikemasen. In my next video, I'm going to show you how to get from a must verb, like tabemasu, to the te form of the verb. For example, tabete. It's really, really helpful to know how to get between the 2 different versions of the verb, so you can manipulate the language in a variety of ways. じゃあ、これで終わりましょう. Alright, we'll finish there.